Hi guys, and welcome to my Mother's Spark. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to make the Calendula or Calendula Salve, which is really good for cracked skin, eczema, scrapes, small cuts. It's just really something good to have on hand. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're a returning viewer, and if you are new here, then welcome to my Mother's Spark. My name is Christy, and as I said, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Calendula Salve. And the way that I have decided to do my Calendula is to infuse my oils, which is very simple to do. There are a few ways that you can actually do it. I prefer using my air fryer oven because it has a dehydrator mode on it, so I can just put my calendula flowers in the jar and cover it with oil and then just put it in there and set it and forget it. You can also take a jar, and I will show you. So you're gonna take a jar just like this. Ooh, it's a little warm because it was just going a minute ago. You're gonna fill it up as much as you can with having some space so that your oil can cover with the flowers. So you wanna use dehydrated flowers as well. And you put any flower in here. You can put lavender as well. I have some lavender going in there. I have some oregano going in there so I can make oregano oil. But I have put the calendula oils in here, and then I am using the carrier oil of olive oil. And you want to make sure that your oil covers up the flowers, because you're not trying to cook your flowers or your herbs. You're just trying to infuse the oil with them. So you're going to put the flowers in, dehydrated, and then you can either put it in a dehydrator like I have. You can take this jar and you can set it in water and just slowly simmer, which it still takes a very long time. So you want to look at how much that's going to cost you in electricity if you let it run all day on low to heat up this oil to get those natural oils out of your flowers. Another thing you could do, which is more time consuming, is same thing. Fill up your jar with your flowers, cover with your oil, and then cover it up and put it in your windowsill that has a lot of sunlight. The sunlight will naturally heat up your oil and will draw those oils out of the calendula flowers. But you want to make sure that at least once or twice every other day that you shake up this jar so that it kind of mixes everything around and keeps it going. And you want to leave it in the windowsill for about probably 3 or 4 weeks. And then that will give you your infused oil of whatever herb that you're trying to put together here. Now, once it's done, which mine has gone for actually about probably 4 days, 5 days now in the dehydrator. It's still warm. It just finished today. And you're going to take your oil and you want to make sure that you separate your flowers from your oil. And the way that I'm going to do that is I just have a metal bowl here, just a regular little mixing bowl, and a very fine screen here so that I can catch the larger bits. And then I'm also going to be using a cheesecloth. Now, you don't have to do that. It's not going to hurt anything if a few smaller bits get in there, but it's just something that I prefer to do to make sure that it's good, pure oil. And you're going to put this over. This is quite a big cloth for this small little project, but this is what I have. And you're going to make sure that you line your little netting here, your filter. And if y'all have watched my channel, I make up words for a lot of things that I use because that's what I'm used to, and it's kind of fun. So you're going to be very careful and pour your oil into your cheesecloth, which is in your filter, and let it go into your bowl in the bottom here. And it's just going to drain through. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of flowers in here. So at this point, the oil that was free in the jar has already fallen through. We are going to just carefully pull this back because we don't want to make a huge mess. We are going to move our little strainer here. And then I'm going to put this back over my bowl, and I'm going to put all of my flowers into this bowl. Now this, I would suggest that you remove your rings because you're working with an oil, and oils are hard to get off your hands and out of your jewelry. Then you're going to take whatever herb you have in your oil, and in this case it's the Calendula or Calendula, and you are going to squeeze all these oils out of your cheesecloth to make sure that you get all that good oil that has the calendula oils infused in them. And I would also suggest doing this when it's cooled down a little bit so that you don't burn yourself. As you can see, there's a whole lot of oil still in there. And just keep squeezing. Just keep squeezing. Just keep squeezing. Squeezing, 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 squeezing. So I think we've got most of our oils out of our flowers, and we are just going to set this aside. And as I said, this is a very, very messy job. And we're going to set our jar aside. In the sink so that I can clean that up here soon. Now for the recipe that I'm going to use, I'm actually going to be using the olive oil carrier oil, and you're going to need 1 cup of your infused oil. I'm also going to be using 1 ounce of coconut oil, and I'm going to use probably vanilla as an essential oil just to give it a little bit of aroma. And then I also use the white beeswax pellets because pellets for me are just, they melt quicker, so I prefer to use these. You can also get the 1 ounce bars. Most of your recipes are going to take 1 to 2 ounces depending on how solid you want it to be in your recipe. I'm going to use 2 ounces for mine because I don't want it to be like a gel consistency. I want it to be more closer to a like a Tiger Balm. If you've ever used Tiger Balm, you know it's that, or Carmex for your lips. It's that more solid consistency that just kind of melts as soon as you touch it. So you're going to use 1 to 2 ounces, your preference, of white beeswax or yellow beeswax. There's other things that you can use, but this to me is more natural, and this is what I like to use. And then you also want to make sure that you have some tins to put it in. Now these are 2 ounce containers with the screw tops, and I prefer the screw tops because they're easier to get off if your hands are oily than just the pull tops. Most people use 1 ounce, but because we use these a lot, I have a 2 ounce because we'll go through it pretty quickly. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to go ahead and measure out our 1 cup of our infused calendula oil. Right about there. you're also going to need a double boiler. And you can do this on your stove. I'm only using this little top so that you can actually see here what I'm doing. I'm gonna put water in the bottom of my double boiler. And you don't want to fill it up. You just want to make sure you have enough in there so that it will heat up your top pan here, because this is where you're actually going to melt your wax and your oil and your coconut oil, and you're going to infuse the oils all together. You're going to melt the oils and mix them all together, and then you're going to put your essential oils in here and just mix it really, really good. My little shot glass measuring cup here actually has ounces on the side, so that, oops, dropped a couple pellets there, so that I can measure out without having a scale. And it doesn't have to be exact, but just pretty close. We're going to set that aside. And you're going to get your water in the bottom warmed up so it starts heating up here. You can go ahead and pour your oil in. Clean up my mess just a little bit. And it's not going to take long. If you have a stove like this, it's not going to take long for this to heat up. And it's actually already getting pretty warm. Now once your oil starts warming up, you're going to go ahead and put your beeswax in. Might take a little bit of work because some of them tend to get stuck, but most of your double boilers, and I can link this one down in the description, actually comes with this little tiny spatula, so it makes it easier for me to get those last little tidbits out. Come on. I have a couple that just don't want to go. And then we're going to use our coconut oil. Remember, we're going to use 1 ounce. And we're going to put that in. And set these aside. Now you want to keep on stirring. As it heats up the water below, it's going to continue to heat up this bowl that your oil and your wax is in, and it's going to melt all these ingredients together, your oils together and your wax together. You don't want to burn it, you just want to make sure that you melt it all together. I'm going to turn this because the steam is getting me. Now while this is melting, we can go ahead and open up our containers and get them ready to pour in our salve when it's warm. As you can see, our coconut oil is almost completely gone. Our beeswax is almost gone. And it's just nicely blended in. Calendula salves are really, really good for your skin and for your hair. It will help scrapes and scratches and minor cuts heal faster. If you get hives, it will help the hives go down, because there are, in the oils that we've used, the olive oil and the infused calendula oil and the coconut oil, there is antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, moisturizing properties in all of the oils that I have put together here. So if you have eczema, it's a great source to use for eczema. I have the tendency to get hives when I start feeling a little bit too stressed or anxious, and I will put calendula oil on them and it will be gone within a couple days. If you are someone who your scratches or your scrapes take a long time to heal, this will speed up the healing process. It will help keep infection out, bacteria out. Also good for sunburns. So if you have a sunburn, it will help heal faster and it will help keep that inflammation down from that burn. And there are lots of other things that you can use the Calendula Salve for. Those are just a few. So as I said, we are going to put vanilla oil in this one, and you can put whatever scent that you would like of essential oil. I just want vanilla because it's kind of a neutral smell. And let's see if my dropper wants to work today. I know I have some problems with my dropper once in a while. Nope, it's not going to want to work properly. Now, depending on how scented you want it, you can put anywhere from 10 drops up to, if you want a highly scented, 20. I put 20 in mine because I want it scented very well. Plus, vanilla just has a calming effect. And you're going to continue to stir so that your essential oils really work their way through all of the other oils that you've put in there. We're going to set this aside. And we are going to pour into our tins here. I'm going to move this over so that you all can see better. Oops, I don't want water in there. Now, as you can see with my 1 cup of infused oil, my 1 ounce of coconut oil, my 2 ounces of beeswax, and my essential oil addition, I can fill up 4 2-ounce tins. So now you can either let these sit and cool, or you can put them in the refrigerator to cool faster. I'm going to tell you that these tins are super, super hot though. So please, please, please be careful. Don't burn yourself. And if you put them in the fridge, it's only going to take about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to solidify. If you let them sit out, it's going to take a lot longer. But it's not going to hurt it if you put it in the fridge. So we are going to put these in the fridge, and I'm going to check them here in about 10 or 15 minutes, and I will open it back up and I'll show you all what it's supposed to look like and what it looks like when you actually get it on your fingers. You can see that it's pretty awesome, and it's great to use for many different things. So we'll be right back. All right guys, so we have come back to check them, and they are actually done already. So we have 4 tins here, 2 ounces of Calendula Salve that we've made from step 1 of infusing the oils all the way up until this point, where, as you can see, this is what your finished product is going to look like. It is solid, as you can see, and it's just a nice, creamy consistency. And if you want it a little bit softer, you can add less beeswax. If you want it a little bit more solid, you can use more. But this is just about the consistency I like, because it's going to melt as soon as you touch it. and it has a nice vanilla scent. Not too much, it's pretty subtle. It smells good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a thumbs up. It helps my channel and it helps get to other people. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you have any suggestions of any other salves that you would like to know how to make, please let me know that too, and I will be more than happy to show you how to do it. I appreciate you being here and supporting me, and thank you so much for everything, honestly. And again, my name is Christy, and I am my mother's spark. Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless.